Hi, my name is Alex Milan, and my topic is on-campus student housing. Many large universities now require freshmen to live on campus. Most schools have some type of housing either within the main campus or outside of the campus. Housing for students is vital in any large institution, especially for students that are from foreign countries, out-of-state students, or students that live fairly far from the campus. De Arujo from Colorado College and Murray from University of Wisconsin state that many large universities provide a number of academic services in dormitories, such as tutoring and student organizations that encourage an environment conducive in learning. And this leads to my main claim, which is on-campus student housing has a positive relationship on a student's academic performance. And I will support this with three secondary claims. My first is on-campus student housing helps with schools' retention rates. Second, there's several variables that affect the student's decision on living on campus and variables that affect the student's academic performance. And my third is students that live on campus receive long-term benefits even after they move off campus. So first, there's been studies that show a positive effect on students' academic performance. De Arujo and Murray state that on average, living on campus increases the GPA by between 0.19 to 0.97. That is the estimate for a degree of improvement to student performance caused by living on campus ranges between 1/5 to a full letter grade. Students that live on campus have a better chance to go into the next year on the same college and graduate. De Arujo and Murray say that students that live on campus tend to participate more on groups, club organizations, events, and school activities, which contributes to with their academic performance. Thompson, Sameterudu, and Rafter from Review of Higher Education Journal find that freshmen, students who live on campus have higher retention and higher degree of academic progress. However, not all students have the same results when it comes to living on campus, which leads to my second point. There are several variables that affect a student's decision to live on campus, and the different variables that affect each student differently in academic performance. The first variable I will talk about is distance from hometown to campus. Many students that make their decision on the basis on how far the campus is from their hometown. Students that live closer to campus tend to rather live off campus, and students that live farther from campus look into the possibility of living on campus. DeLucci from Educational Journal examines a college town where most students who live off campus are still in close walking distance to the campus, find no statistically significant difference in academic achievement between students that live on campus and off campus. Another variable is limited amount of space available to students. Many large universities do not have enough dormitories for all their student populations. If there's not enough space available, then students will have no other choice than to live off campus. Flowers from NASPA Journal focuses exclusively on African American students and finds that living on campus positively influences their measures of personal and social development skills, and he suggests that's essential for successful academic achievement. Hike and Koo from Journal of Higher Education finds residence is important when they examine the experiences of first-generation students. They find that these students' characteristics, low levels of academic engagement, is a function of living off campus, in addition to having lower educational aspirations. There are some different types of variables that play an important role on deciding to whether or not to live on campus and their impacts. And then my last point is students that live on campus receive long-term benefits even after they move off campus. Pascarella and others from Journal of College Student Development find that students that live on campus receive benefits in their cognitive thinking and critical thinking skills, which this should pay off in their higher academic achievement through their student's career. For this reason, I'm going to conclude that in the analysis done living on campus at any time in the past may affect cumulative GPA, and support my main claim that on-campus student housing has a positive relationship to a student's academic performance.
Alex, the proposition was very clear. The contents are previewed, although the second point I think is problematic because it's really not very clear that it's a claim. I don't think it even makes a declarative statement. It just kind of lists a variety of variables, and that's one of the places where I see a little bit of a problem in the argument because there's inconsistency in the results that you've got there. You know, or in the first step you talk about how it makes a difference in their grades. In the second step you say, well, with many of them it makes no significant difference whatsoever. There's no demonstration that it has an impact. So in essence, is it really living on campus that is producing these outcomes, or is it some other variable that accounts for it? I'm not exactly sure that you've accomplished much with that second point. The controversy on the issue, I think you want to talk a little bit more about why people might resist living on campus, why they see it as being problematic, so that we know why we're listening to an argument for living on campus. And it would make a little bit more sense. I thought that the citation of your secondary claims, like I said, the first and the third claim were definitely declarative statements. You indicate where the second point is, and I thought you had good transitions between those points. But like I said, the phrasing on that second point, I'm not even sure it makes a declarative statement. It just lists some information. I think you need a little bit more statistical information, but you've got a plethora of testimony evidence from experts who have reached a variety of conclusions about this. I thought you did a very good job citing that in the presentation. Speaking of your presentation, I think you could spend a little bit more time talking to the audience and kind of connecting with us. You're a little script dependent, and sometimes you're reading more than you want to. All right, thank you.